Good morning, everyone. Today we are crushing the patriarchy. Wait, no. Diet culture. Same, but different. Today I am doing something a little bit different. I will be eating all of your fear foods today. I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube what foods you are afraid to eat, what foods give you feelings of guilt or dread or fear when you think about eating them. And today I'm gonna eat those foods. I wanted to do this because, as you guys know, because I won't shut up about it, I am going through a reverse diet. And during a reverse diet, you slowly increase your calories over time while resistance training in order to speed up your metabolism. I have a goal specifically of building a little bit more lean mass or muscle, but I have been using a lot of traditional fear foods as a tool to help me reach my goals. So these are things that I've been like actively eating more of to help me reach my fitness and my aesthetic goals. And I kind of just realized that one day and I was like, this would be a good opportunity to talk about this and relationship with food and how you can develop a good relationship with all of these foods and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. Before I go get the breakfast, I want to give a big disclaimer for this video. I feel like it's very necessary. First of all, I am not an eating disorder specialist, nor am I claiming to be. And this video specifically is not advice for people with eating disorders. I know there's a lot of videos out there that are like, I'm eating my fear foods for a day, that are targeted towards people with eating disorders. This video is not that. The advice that I would give to someone with an eating disorder would be very different than what I actually say in this video. So if you have an eating disorder or are recovering from an eating disorder, I recommend maybe not watching this video because some of what I say may be triggering or go against what you actually need to hear to help recover. So then who is this video for? This video is for people who may not have the best relationship with food. You feel restricted all the time. Maybe you're afraid that if you even look at a cheeseburger or a donut, you will gain weight. Like just anyone who does not have genuine food freedom where you feel like you can basically eat whatever you want when you want. This video is for you. And then other little disclaimer, obviously there's a lot of different people's fears mixed into this video. Just because one person fears of food, like if I say like a bunch of people are scared of donuts, if you're not scared of donuts, that doesn't mean you need to be scared of donuts. Like the point is that you should not be afraid of any foods. And just to emphasize, I have worked with a lot of different people in helping them heal their relationships with food, and my strategy for each person has been different based on that person. So I'm in no way saying that everything that I say in this video is like applicable to everyone, and like this is like the golden rule, only advice to ever follow. This video is instead going to be like my experience with food and how I personally feel about food. Take from it what you will. If it's helpful, great. If you're watching this video and you're finding that it's not helpful, then feel free to not watch the rest of the video. I will not be offended. It's okay. I think that's enough of a disclaimer. Let's start the day and go get some breakfast. Do we go hat? No hat? Hat? I like the hat. I want to be the kind of person that can pull off these hats, so you know what? It's a hat day. So today is gonna be an interesting day. I personally don't really have any fear foods. Like there's no foods that I feel guilty for eating. Anytime I choose to eat a traditional fear food, it's because I'm choosing ahead of time, making the conscious decision that like I want this food, I'm eating it for whatever value I see in it, and I'm happy to eat it, and I feel no guilt. That said, the one thing that I will not be consuming today is gluten, because I have celiac disease. So for me, that's not a fear food, that's a death food. So going through your guys' responses for fear foods, one of the most common things that was in there was basically anything like bready. So lots of bread, donuts, various baked goods. That was really the only even vaguely breakfasty food that you guys gave me to work with. So we're gonna do that for breakfast. So there are these two amazing gluten-free bakeries that are like 20 minutes from my house. So like I rarely go because I don't really want to drive like 20 minutes there and then 40-minute round trip to get a donut. But today, you guys are giving me a great excuse to do that. It's gonna be good. I'm regretting this hat decision, mostly because the hat is slightly too big for my head, so it keeps feeling like it's gonna fly away. All right, this is what I am starting my day with. I have a prosciutto and Gruyere croissant, a chocolate dipped donut, and a chocolate chip cookie. I don't know if I plan on eating all of this. I'm literally just going to eat until I am full and satisfied and satiated, and that might be all of it. It might be not all of it. Whatever happens, happens, and that is okay. It's kind of funny how we often start restricting in order to achieve
happiness because we think restriction will help us lose weight and losing weight will make us happy. But in reality, the restriction and the fears around food and the guilt and the shame and all of that that comes with that just takes away from happiness. Like if you're someone who does feel the need to restrict and eliminate certain foods or, you know, keep your calories to a minimum, ask yourself if that behavior has ever brought you the happiness and the peace and the satisfaction that you are seeking. And even if restriction has helped you lose weight and you are happier with your body now that you've lost weight, are you still as happy as you want to be? The answer is probably no.
This croissant is so good.
Restricting certain food groups, restricting certain calories is kind of like crash dieting in the sense that it kind of helps in one way, but it doesn't actually solve the problem and it never gets you 100% of the way there. And I think that's the trap, is that restriction does in some ways help you get closer to your physique goals. Whatever you're restricting, you tend to be cutting calories, which is indeed how you lose weight. And so you feel justified in doing it and you feel like your fears are justified because when you weren't restricting, you're in one place, then you started restricting and you're in a different place and it's a better place, but it's not the best place. And it's not the place that you really truly want to be. And with that layer of restriction in there, it's just a wall in your way of getting to where you want to be. It's also important to remember that there are other ways of getting to your goals, of getting to that point where not only are you happy with your physique, but also you are just happy and satisfied and free in general, and you don't have to restrict and you don't have to worry about how much sugar was in your breakfast or how much protein you're consuming when you have a processed carb. And when you finally heal from that fear, you can sit down and eat a croissant and a chocolate chip cookie and a chocolate dipped donut for breakfast and not have a single feeling of guilt or fear or shame around what you just ate.
So this is what I ended up having left of the cookie and the donut. I got this far into the donut and then I was just dying. It was just so much sugar that I desperately just needed to drink water and I wasn't enjoying it anymore and I was full, so I stopped. And to hydrate, because I desperately need it, I stopped by the store and grabbed a little kombucha. And then for later, because lots of people said that they were afraid of fried foods and potato chips, I got some potato chips. So I'm gonna snack on these when I get hungry. So even though I don't have any fear foods, I am kind of honestly dreading today a little bit, not because I'm scared that I'm gonna like gain any excess fat, not because I'm scared that anything bad is gonna happen to me or to my body or to my physique or anything like that, but just because I know how eating this way is going to make me feel physically. I eat healthy 90% of the time because that's what makes me feel the best. It's what gives me the most energy. It's what gives me the most strength. It gives me the most mental clarity and best focus while I'm working. It's what makes me feel good, and eating the opposite of the way that I normally do is probably gonna make me feel the opposite of the way that I normally do. I wouldn't be surprised if because of the breakfast that I had, I feel a little bit more sluggish and my focus isn't quite as good as it normally is. Also wouldn't be surprised if my tummy is just slightly unhappy with me for the rest of the day. Like, those are the reasons I eat the way that I do, not because I'm afraid of these foods, but because I just feel so much better physically when I'm not eating only these kinds of foods. And the other thing is, all these foods are foods that I don't restrict anyway. Like, all of the foods that I'm gonna eat today, I've eaten somewhat recently, so there's no reason to be excited because like it's a normal thing. I think one of the reasons I personally have been able to let go of any fear around food is that I feel like I found a really good balance in my diet and in my lifestyle to where most of the time I am actively doing things that I know are healthiest for like my body because she is special and I love her and I want to take good care of her. Her being this vessel, this meat sack that carries me around and helps me do all of the things that I want to do in life and helps me hug people and dance and sing and all of that good stuff. Like, I want to take care of it. That is my main motivation for what I eat and how I work out and everything that I do. But because that is my main motivator and main drive and main focus, I have this space to add in these other foods and not feel guilty, not feel shameful, not be afraid of what it's gonna do, because for the most part, I treat my body with as much love as I can. This is where we are entering into the territory of my personal experience and not necessarily the best advice for literally everyone. I just want to share where I am at with this, because I don't want this to come across as me saying that like eating these foods means you don't love your body. Like, it's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that the balance that I have found feels very good for me and makes me very happy. Because like I said, all of these things that I'm eating today are things that I have eaten recently. They're not anything that I restrict ever. Even when I am actively trying to lose weight, like I've never restricted any of these foods. And I think where your balance needs to be is not necessarily where my balance needs to be. Like if you are in the process of healing a negative relationship with food, your balance might need to tip more towards eating more of these foods than I do, and giving yourself the space to enjoy these foods and learning to appreciate them and unlearning the fear surrounding them. So the best balance for me is not necessarily the best balance for you. But for what I have found, for where I'm at in my journey, I feel most balanced and happy and healthy and energetic and strong, etc. when my main focus is just prioritizing feeling healthy and strong and energetic and giving my physical body the best quality fuel that I can, but still fueling my mental happiness and my soul by incorporating these other foods. And speaking of balance, I've actually been eating a slightly processed food-based diet the last couple days because I got home after not being home for a couple days and I have nothing in my fridge, and I have eaten basically all of my like go-to pantry staples, so I am about to restock on some of my essentials so that I can get back to the way that makes me feel the most balanced and healthy and strong and all that good stuff. So I actually went to place a Thrive Market order, and I figured I would show you guys what I get to restock my pantry to bring me happiness and balance. So got my computer, got Thrive Market right here. Let's do some grocery shopping. For those of you who don't know, Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make living healthy easy and affordable for everyone. So in addition to all of their food being like heavily discounted, they also have daily deals like these here. Today's, we get a free skincare kit, $15 value. I am going to redeem that. Thank you very much. So it comes with a free little skincare kit and then 10% off of this brand. And I think I've actually used this before, so maybe I'll get something. Thrive Market promises guaranteed savings. You can shop for thousands of best-selling organic foods, natural products that are way below traditional retail prices. And if you find a better price elsewhere, they will match it, so you are guaranteed to save money. You can get everything you need. They have an amazing selection of organic groceries, snacks, supplements, eco-friendly cleaning supplies, non-toxic beauty items, personal care items, organic kids products, wines, meat and seafood, frozen vegetables, and like so much more. You can filter the catalog of products by diet and lifestyle, product type, and your favorite brands, whether you're gluten-free, vegan, keto, etc, etc, etc. You can shop by over 90 different diets and values, which makes it so much easier than just going to the grocery store and trying to hunt down all of the keto snacks or all the paleo snacks. So this is what I have in my cart so far. I got my free little skincare gift, some walnut milk, collagen, coconut milk to use in my smoothie bowls, some dark chocolate peanut butter, also, you know, gonna use that in my smoothie bowls, and I wanted to get some red lentils just to change things up with my like carb source that I eat with dinner. So all these things pretty much are on the side of the balance equation that is more nourishing to my body, focusing on energy and health and feeling good. So I want to add a little dessert because you guys know me, I love my desserts, I love my chocolate. So I'm just gonna browse and see what Thrive Market has. Should I look at candy and chocolate? Let's try there. Let's see what they got. Honestly, I'm just gonna look at the chocolate. Screw candy. I like chocolate. Ooh, I've gotten these chocolate covered cashews before and they were amazing. Do I want to try something new? You know what? I'm a diehard Who Kitchen fan. I'm gonna see what they have. They have the cookies! I've been wanting to get these. I've heard such good things about them. Finally gonna get me some Who Kitchen cookies. Should we get the chocolate chip? I feel like chocolate chip, ginger snap, snickerdoodle, peanut butter. No, chocolate chip. Good. Okay, so final order. Free skincare kit, walnut milk, collagen, coconut milk, chocolate peanut butter, red lentils, and chocolate chip cookies. And because my order is over $49, shipping is free, which is amazing. The order total comes out to $53.69. If I hadn't shopped through Thrive Market and gotten these like probably at Whole Foods or other places with like normal retail prices, it would have been $82.79. So I saved a total of $29.09. That's about a 35% savings. That's My wallet likes that. This is why I use Thrive Market, because I like my random bougie health foods. Not that you have to buy bougie health foods on Thrive Market, but like, you guys know me. You know what I like. Thrive Market makes it a lot cheaper to eat the way that I like to eat. Thrive Market also just makes it really easy for me to maintain the balance of my diet that I personally like to maintain, that makes me feel the best and the healthiest and the happiest and the strongest. If you are curious and want to check it out, they do have a monthly membership option which comes out to $9.95 a month in case you want to like give it a try, like dip your toe into the Thrive Market water, see if it's for you. And they also have a yearly membership option which is $59.95, which comes out to $5 a month. I order from Thrive Market about once a month and save anywhere from like $15 to like sometimes like $50, so I am more than making my money back on this membership. And it's all things I would like normally buy anyway. If you guys do want to check it out, you can go to the link in the description or go to thrivemarket.com/fitandnerdy to get yourself 40% off of your first order, which is like the already 40% off of the already discounted prices, so you could be saving it a lot of money, plus a free gift worth up to $50 when you join Thrive Market today. So check the link down in the description. Sign up, get yourself all the discounts, save all the money, you won't regret it. Got a little bit hungry, so I am having the snack that I got. I also feel like a lot of people are afraid of sitting down with like an entire bag of potato chips, usually because it's very easy to keep eating the whole bag. When I sit down with a bag of chips or something that I know I could eat all of if I sit there and mindlessly eat, I decide ahead of time that I'm gonna be okay with that. Like, I don't sit down with an entire bag of chips thinking, okay, I'm gonna just try to have one serving and then put it back. Like, no. If I'm making that decision to sit down with the bag of chips, I'm giving myself permission to eat the whole bag and to not feel guilty. Something that I strive for with all of my clients is to teach them how to have a good relationship with food and how to be able to eat an entire bag of potato chips and be okay with it, but also how to have that balance and still feel good with the food that they're eating. And the feeling that I would love for everyone to have is the feeling that you have about food when you're like 4. You know nothing about nutrition. You don't know what a carb is. You don't know that there's a nutritional difference between French fries and broccoli. You just eat what you enjoy, and you eat when you're hungry, and you stop when you're full, and food can bring joy, and it also brings nourishment, and there's a freedom because you don't know, you have no knowledge, and so you can't feel guilty for anything because there's nothing to feel guilty about. You also haven't been indoctrinated into diet culture yet. And the great thing is that we've all been there. Like, we've all been 4 years old at one point and had that feeling of food freedom at one point. And so you can get back there. Like, everyone can heal their relationship with food and get to the place where you have that same food freedom as a 4-year-old. And one of my biggest tips for kind of reframing your mindset around these kinds of foods is, instead of thinking about what these foods are going to do to you, like make you potentially gain fat, think of what they can do for you. They nourish you, they give you energy, they make you happy, they help you form a connection with another human being. These foods have value. Even if that value is literally just satisfying a craving that you have for the food, that is valuable. Especially oftentimes because not satisfying that craving leads to binging. And so it's a lot more valuable to have a tool to satisfy that craving than to not use that tool and end up binging. Okay, I've eaten probably like a third to a half of this bag. I don't know, because it wasn't very full when I opened it. I'm gonna stop and make another snack. I think I want something else. I'm gonna see what I have. Lots of people said that they were afraid of bread, and I got quite a few people saying that they were afraid of peanut butter. So I think I'm gonna combine the two and make a little peanut butter toast. Maybe with some honey, maybe with some, do I have chocolate chips? Chocolate something? Maybe I'll put some chocolate on top. Maybe I'll put some other stuff on top. I'm just gonna make a toast. I'm gonna make toast. So I don't actually own peanut butter, so I am stealing my roommate's peanut butter for this. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a chocolate peanut butter honey toast topped with hemp seeds and shredded coconut. My toast is not toasty. I don't know why my toast has decided to like kind of fall apart. This is really annoying, but it's fine. Layer 1. My god, my toast is so hot, the peanut butter's like just melting. Now we have cacao powder. Let's see if I can do this gently so that I don't just make it super bitter. Oh goodness, that might be too much. This might just taste like raw cacao. But as long as I put on enough honey, should be fine. Oh my god, this looks beautiful. I don't really have squeezy honey. Maybe doing it this way was a bad idea.
Did I just basically make Nutella?
I did not think about that, but I don't have Nutella, so this is the next best option anyway. Cacao nibs, shredded coconut, and a sprinkling of hemp seeds. Is this not the most beautiful toast you have ever seen. I dare say that it must be. I should add cinnamon. I'm gonna do that. Good, good, perfect. Now, let's see if this concoction actually tastes as good as it looks. I don't think you can mess up peanut butter, honey, and chocolate on toast. This is good. This makes me a lot happier than the chips were making me. I know it's hard to imagine living in a world where you can just not be afraid of food until you've actually experienced living in that space of not being afraid of food. It seems unreachable, unattainable, like a fairy tale, but it's not. And the beauty of getting to the other side of that, where you can have that first taste of like food freedom and not feeling like you have to restrict. As soon as you can get into that mindset, it frees you, because as soon as you realize that you literally could eat anything that you wanted, none of it is as enticing. Like, I got halfway through this toast, honestly, kind of on sugar overload. I have no desire to finish this. I'm going to because I made it, and that's kind of like the point of the video today, but like, because I allow myself to eat these kinds of things whenever I feel like it, I don't feel like it that often. Like, for some of you, I know that it feels impossible that you could sit there with this all on your plate and get halfway through and not feel like eating the rest. And this is why things like reverse dieting and bulking can be so powerful and transformative in your relationship with food. Like, imagine a world where you could eat all of your fear foods and not gain weight, where you could literally have your ideal physique and eat whatever you feel like eating all the time. This is possible, and this is what reverse dieting can do for you. I have a client who is female, average height, average weight. She's training 5 days a week, and we got her up to 3,000 calories a day. And she's basically maintaining weight. When you can maintain your weight on 3,000 calories a day, you can eat whatever you want. Foods aren't scary anymore because you don't have to limit yourself. And I know a lot of people respond to this with something like, Marissa, if I could eat whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, I would just eat chocolate cake all day, every day. I challenge you to try. If you're only eating chocolate cake, as much chocolate cake as you want, I don't think you're gonna make it past like 2 days, 3 days max, before you start wanting it less and start wanting other things more. The reason you feel like you could eat endless chocolate cake is because you tell yourself you can never have chocolate cake. And it's not that wanting these things is bad and it's like better if you can stop wanting them as much. It's just that when you don't have these intense desires for these foods caused by the restriction, you can find the balance that actually makes you feel good, like physically and mentally. All right, today was not gonna be a rest day. Today was a scheduled gym day, but honestly, like, I woke up feeling like I probably shouldn't go to the gym. Like, I felt like I was in a space where my body just needed to chill. Definitely something to do with where I'm at in my menstrual cycle, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to that. It'd be really easy to say, oh my god, I'm eating donuts and croissants and all of the sugar, and I'm gonna have a pizza later for dinner. I better go to the gym to utilize those calories, but that is not what my body needs. It definitely needs movement. I can feel the food in my body asking to be helped along with some movement, but my body itself is definitely not in a place where I should go like smash out a crazy workout. So I'm gonna do a little yoga, just to like stretch my body, move it, get the blood flowing, you know, stay active. I think it's worth noting that you can't overcome any fear without facing the fear. Whether it's fear of public speaking, fear of heights, fear of abandonment, or fear of cheesecake. You can do a lot of deep inner work by yourself without facing the fear, but eventually to really fully surmount that fear, you do have to face it. So avoiding your fear foods because you're afraid of them is only serving that fear. It is in no way helping you overcome that fear. So when it comes to overcoming fear foods, fake it till you make it is not a bad strategy. Incorporating foods that you are fearful of, maybe in small ways at first, and then working your way up to the full-on food is a really good way to help kind of desensitize yourself to it and learn to overcome the fear of that food. Another really helpful mindset shift is transitioning from the can't mentality to the want mentality. So the can't mentality being that you can't have these foods because they'll make you gain fat, they'll make you lose all your progress, etc., etc. Whatever your fear is, telling yourself that you can't have these foods because of that. And then the want mindset would be deciding to have these foods based on whether or not you actually want them. Like, for example, most days I don't want
a donut because it's not serving me, it's not serving my goals, it's not serving my values, it's not serving my body, and so I don't want the donut. But then some days I do want a donut. Sometimes I want the donut because it is facilitating a connection with someone, usually me finding a new gluten-free bakery and taking my mom to like share that experience because she has celiac disease too, and so like we like to bond over good gluten-free food. Or maybe I just want it because it sounds good, and that day in particular, like, I could really just use a donut. And the huge difference here between can't versus want is that can't is absolute, want is flexible, and this inherently means that can't is disempowering because it takes the decision out of your hands. Like, you are no longer in the driver's seat when you say that you can't do something. But want is empowering because you can decide that you want it, you can decide that you don't want it, and either one is okay. It is now dinner time. I am so excited for this meal, mostly because I'm gonna put protein on it and my body is still just like very much craving protein. One of the foods that was mentioned the most by you guys on Instagram and YouTube as a fear food was pizza. So tonight, I am having a pizza.
Wow, look at this gloriousness. So, as with breakfast, I am just going to eat the pizza until I am full, and then I will stop. That's how eating works. Not gonna lie, at this point my stomach is feeling not great, so I left 2 slices of the pizza. Usually I do eat the entire pizza when I get this pizza. One more thing to contemplate if you have a not so solid relationship with food and you feel like diet culture may have wormed its way into your brain. You can't exist in a world where hunger is your safe space. It's very, very, very easy to fall into the trap of feeling like being hungry means you're strong because you're forgoing all of the foods and you're doing what diet culture tells you to do. But that is no way to live. And it's also not necessary to make progress. Like, you do not have to be hungry all the time to get your ideal physique. You're just torturing yourself and bringing yourself farther away from the happiness that you are trying to achieve. So if you wear hunger like a badge of honor on your chest, I encourage you to unpin it, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it, because that is no way to live life. When you fear food, you're not just missing out on food. You're missing out on experiences, on memories, on laughter, on celebration, on connection, on opportunity. If, you know, the idea of going out on a date night and getting burgers scares you, and so you don't go out on date nights very often, you're missing all of that opportunity. If you're scared to go to your friend's Christmas party because there will be pressure to eat cookies and drink alcohol, you're missing out on laughter and memories and experience and friendship. Food is a key part of the human experience. It is what has brought us together for centuries. So when you deprive yourself of foods and situations that involve those foods, you're depriving yourself of so much more, like so much key part of the human experience than just a donut. Like, it's not just a donut. So I was gonna have the rest of my breakfast pastries for dessert tonight, but honestly, I have another bite of anything, I may vomit. Which is so wild because I actually think I've eaten less today than I have been aiming for. Like, I haven't tracked today, but I wouldn't be surprised if I actually accidentally underate today, just because my body is just not used to this type of food in this volume. So I didn't even accomplish the mission that I set out to accomplish, which was to eat in a bit extra of a surplus because I've been struggling to eat. So, oh well. What are you gonna do? If you are interested in learning more about reverse dieting and how to reverse diet, which is the process I talked about earlier that speeds up your metabolism and helps you kind of learn to utilize these foods that I ate today as tools to help you achieve your goals and can really help you kind of let go of a lot of fear around food, I am coming out with a full course, like hours of video contents, handouts, all that good kind of stuff. It's coming out July 1st. Registration will be open for 10 days. There are limited spots because I'm teaching a course. I can't take everyone. If you want to get in on it, make sure you follow me at Holistic Fitness Labs on Instagram, and you can go to holisticfitnesslabs.com and sign up for the newsletter so that you stay up to date, so that you know when the course is live, so that you can make sure to get your spot. In the meantime, make sure you check out Thrive Market. Again, link in the description to get yourself 40% off and a free gift. Please let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on food freedom, fear foods, all of this. I know I've said a lot of things that, again, will resonate with some, will really not resonate with other people. So feel free to just share your opinion, your thoughts, your insights on all of this. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. If you want to see more videos from me all about health and fitness, you can check them out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!